Hey, woo, hey. Oh my gosh. So today I was talking to my friend Moo. Yes, his name is Moo. For like 2 hours about the game of corporate America. And it's so crazy to me because I've been out the game since almost 18 years was the last time I worked in corporate America. And I have been mentoring him for the last year about how to navigate the game of corporate America. And what's so crazy is it has not changed. Even though I've been out of it so long, it's still the same. Like, there are great things about corporate America, don't get me wrong. Like, in order for a company to get so huge, Fortune 500, Fortune 100, it's doing something right, right? It has systems in place, it has its operations on lock. You know, for the most part, it's doing something right, right? The product's good, market research, feedback, development, all that good stuff. But corporate America culture itself is very problematic for everybody involved. You know what I'm saying? But people still participate in it. And that's the part that kills me. Like the backstabbing, the throwing people under the bus, the having a fragile ego, like you have to suck up to people. I just never really understood it. And I spent probably a good 10 years in corporate America before I bounced. I was like, no, 5 years was I was working while in college, and then 5 years outside of college, right after college. And I appreciate the work ethic it instilled in me. I appreciate the skills I developed. And I appreciate the professionalism I developed. I definitely see from a lot of small businesses today the lack of professionalism that I can tell, like, okay, the owner never worked in corporate America. And that's not any shade. It's just that I know when people, I clearly see when people worked in corporate America versus when they did not, because the level of professionalism is different. And I do love that the internet has become this place where if you have an idea, if you just have the wanting, the desire, the ambition, and the action, you can start a business. I love that. And I love that it's such that it allows people to bring these amazing things to life, you know, whenever they want. But I also notice when businesses tend to go under because they don't have the structure, the processes, the operations, the foundational things that are needed that you learn about in corporate America, to help your business thrive, survive through the startup and then thrive afterwards. And so it's no shade to small business owners who don't have corporate America experience. That's not what I'm saying at all. What I'm saying is there are good things about corporate America, but overall, the culture is just not it. It's not it. And so I was talking to Moot for 2 hours today, and he's telling me like, oh, I want to go on this podcast, and I want to mention something, but I'm not sure if I should mention it because I still want to work in corporate America. I still want to, he doesn't want to isolate himself, or, you know, just some of the stereotypes that come when you are a person of color working in corporate America. Like every little single thing can be used against you, and it will be used against you. And even if you are, what's it called? Even if you're really good at what you do, if you get on the radar of someone who does not like you, they will make it their life's mission to ruin your career. And it's really sad and it's really unfortunate. And it shouldn't even be that way. And what's so crazy too is that I have met some of the things that Moo has gotten knocked for in his career, his corporate career, because he's in college still and he's working on, he's had some internships, but some of the remarks he's gotten, I'm like, I have met people who have done exactly what you've done, and they've been praised for it because they are a different race. And I find that so problematic because it's like, if you're good at what you do, let people be good at what they do. But it's just different rules and regulations and boundaries and glass ceilings depending on your intersectionality, right? Your race, your gender, your social economic background, those things, who you know, all those things matter whether we want to believe it or not. I promise they matter. They mattered when I was in corporate America. They matter still today, almost 20 years later. And I'm sure they're going to matter to the end of time. And so it was just very interesting. And I'm just talking him through things. And I'm like, well, this is why I got out. Because I didn't want to have to deal with the nonsense anymore. It's really hard to play a game when, number one, you don't know you're playing a game. I didn't know I was playing a game, the corporate America game, until I was actually in there for a while, and I started seeing how people be treated differently. Even when people were doing the same exact things, they would be getting punished differently, rewarded differently, or they get opportunities differently. And I could see with my own eyes that, like, this isn't fair, right? And then I was there for a while more when I was like, okay, I don't know how to deal with this. And yes, I know there are people who get great mentors, which more power to you. Like, a mentor is definitely needed if you're going to work in corporate America, no matter who you are, to help you navigate, especially somebody who's been there for a while in that particular company. That will help you out tremendously. But even with a good mentor, just some doors were not opening. And so I was like, I don't have time for this. I'm not to sit here and waste 20 years of my life trying to tap dance and shuck and jive for people to make them feel like I'm worthy. Like, no, absolutely not. So I definitely I remember going into a big public accounting firm, and it was 9 people in my class. You know, a group of people who come in together from college. They call them a class. It was 9 people in my class, and a year later, there was only 4 of us left. Everybody else left. It was just like, because corporate America is intense, especially public accounting. It's super intense, and like I said, there's all different types. People are getting treated differently, even if they do good work, even if they do the same work. It's literally about who you know and different factors. And I was just like, it's 4 of us left. I was doing, great things as far as being productive. My merit was high because I thought we were all working off of merit. It's not the truth. It's not the truth. Merit is one of the things, kind of, because if you know someone, and if you get into good graces with someone, you don't have to actually do anything. You can take credit for things that you didn't do. You can throw people under the bus. You can do all types of stuff. And as long as you know the right people, you will be fine. Your career will elevate and escalate, because usually the people who actually doing the work, they quit. like my classmates quit. And so that just makes room for you to move up the, like, I have literally met managers where I'm like, okay, the only way you got promoted is because everybody else quit because you were terrible. And I really believe that. I stand behind it. So anyway, it took me down memory lane. I was like, oh, okay, this stuff is the same. It's the same. And Moo is so great because he does take my advice. I'm 20 years older than him, and he does take my advice. And it's been helping him navigate things. But I told him, I'm like, look, do you really want to play this game? And if you do want to play the game, get in and then get out, because it's rough. It's rough. And for me, I just did not want to sit here and try to prove to someone and overwork myself to try to prove to someone that I'm worthy. I'm not doing that no more. That's the great thing about being in your 40s. When you get to your 40s, you're like, I'm not doing that. Nothing in me wants to do that, and nothing in me will do that. But anyway, I know this is random. How you doing today? What you do today? Okay, let me know. Talk to you later.